Hey guys, it's Seth, and in this video, I'm going to talk about Udacity's digital marketing nano degree program and give you my thoughts on if it's worth it. Now, Udacity, General Assembly, these other programs, they are much better than any of the degree programs out there from like Full Sail that cost $60,000. However, I still don't think they're worth it, and I'm going to explain why. And obviously, may think I'm a little biased because I do my own training, but I want to show you like my results versus their results and what I teach versus what they teach and my cost versus their cost. So Udacity, to their credit, on the one hand, they say they collaborate with Facebook, Google, Hootsuite, and all these things, and that kind of bugs me because I think it's misleading. And whenever it's kind of like if somebody, if Tom Cruise or some other celebrity endorses a hair product, doesn't mean that it's a great hair product. Just means they endorsed it. This doesn't mean you're going to get a job with Facebook, Google, or a job at all when you finish the program. In fact, I said I've had many students who come out of the Udacity Nano Degree program come to me because they have learned a lot of good stuff, but they have not learned how to turn that into a job or clients at all. So like so many academic programs, it's lacking in the practical real world application of these things. Now, to their credit, their syllabus, unlike the marketing degree programs that we've seen, I've showed you in the other video, it's not a bunch of nonsense bullshit. They're going to get into fundamentals, content, social media, SEO, AdWords, and email marketing, which is all really, really good stuff. And I even talked with some students who've done this program. I haven't done it myself. And they said they actually will give you, I believe what they do, which I think is a little funny, and I could be wrong, but I think what they do is they have you run AdWords ads for their course, which is pretty clever. But it's also very limited in having everybody work on the same account, and it's also not like what I teach people to do, which is to get your own clients right out of the gate, to work on a real account and have the experience working with a business person, which is invaluable. To my knowledge, I don't know what they do as far as search engine optimization, if they have you create your own site and optimize it like I teach. Everything I teach in my program is to generate your own experience so that you walk out of there with the ability and the confidence to walk into any job interview and say, I know how to do this job. And then I show people how to actually present themselves to employers in a way that's compelling, even if they don't have previous experience. And that has to do with the resume and the hiring process. Now, that's where Udacity, like almost every other program I've ever encountered, falls short because they don't teach you that. And what I'm going to show you is, they finally updated their student reviews, and I think that's great. However, there's a couple things I want you to notice. First of all, there's no pictures here. I don't know who actually wrote this. There's all these 5-star reviews. I'm not saying they're fake, but there's nothing authentic here. And this is a lot like what happens with, I think I might have shown you, I did this video when I was doing my own film school training, where they take a student who's in a graduate program in a film school, paying a lot of money, learning theory. And when you're in school, you don't really have a perspective to know if it's valuable or not. So, I love this course. This was really interesting. And that's great. And I've had students who just appreciate the knowledge in my course. But what kind of results are they getting? And the reviews here are going to be like, it's practical. I love working on digital marketing. It matched my expectations. It was really good training. The instructors are great. And I'm sure that's all true. Tremendous learning experience, extremely helpful, hands-on projects. Again, I don't think this is a bad program, but as far as like the best program, I still think my training is the best, not only because it's 10% the cost of the Udacity program. Udacity program is $1,200 or $1,000, and mine is $97 a month. Mine has the testimonials, real people like Jack and Ken and Hallie and Willie and Gabe and Kudzai and Cynthia and Giancarlo and Amelia and Brian and Philip and Lorraine and Roberto and Corey and Kekin, if I already mentioned him, and Anthony and Jessica, Connor. These are real people that you can actually connect with who've gotten jobs. They've gotten jobs or they've gotten clients. And this isn't even, there's more of these. These are real people. And I haven't seen any program, and honestly in any field, but specifically in digital marketing, where they have these kinds of testimonials. And again, that's why, when I first started promoting my course, obviously I thought it was really good, but I I didn't want to go out there, tooting my own horn over and over. But as I did some real analysis of this, and now it's been 2 years and people still keep getting results, I have to say that just to me, objectively, analytically, my course provides the most tangible results, the most testimonials, the fastest training, the most actionable insights, and it's the cheapest. So, I don't have an endorsement deal with Google, but I have people actually getting jobs. So, again, that's sort of my take on Udacity. Again, it's not the worst thing you can do. It's not as bad as doing Full Sail, which is a complete waste of time and money, and really it could ruin your life financially. But I've had so many people come to me after they've done this program and say, I still don't know how to get a job. So I say, if my program, if you want to get a job, you want to get clients, take my program. And it's also cheaper. And you get hooked into a community of other really great people who are doing this, and you get support from me. Like I said, you're gonna get some good instructors and support here too, but I just don't think you're gonna get the kind of results. You're gonna be left afterwards going, okay, well, now I've learned all this great shit. How do I now get a job? How do I actually get clients? And that's what most people are stuck with when they started. So those are my thoughts. And again, I have nothing against Udacity, but I still think my program is the best. So anyway, thanks for watching. You can feel free to leave comments below the video, and I will see you soon.